my thought, since it's just the four of us, is does anybody have any topics they might want to jump into? Any questions, little networking, what have you? Maybe we can support each other anyway in that regards. And once we're good, we'll just jump out. Real quick, let me start by this. While you're thinking of it, if you have any topics you want to cover, has anybody received their gift certificates with their coupon codes and successfully able to use them from previous Directors Network participation? Have you received any of those, Lauren? I know you've been gone a little bit.
I've been gone a little bit, so I haven't yet. And
Okay.
I sent Steve a couple of times, but his role has changed as well. So
Okay.
now we're coming back full circle, and now we're in. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Stephanie, did you get those to work, or did you have a chance to give those a shot?
Yes, I got them, and they're already spent.
Great. Perfect.
We went for multicultural this time. So we found some really cool stuff. But yeah, they worked just fine. We did it, got it. I think I spent $5 when I was done shopping.
Perfect. Sounds good.
It was pretty cool.
Good. Super. I passed some of my budget back to the county. They were looking to reallocate some, but I think I'll have plenty still. I'm going to continue just doing $50 for every participant going through the rest of the school year through February. Kind of is a good little, hey, $50 to come and network for a few minutes and do it from your home office. So, and then put that money to use in your program. So cool. I'm going to throw out a few topics if someone wants to chat about any of those. And then I'm just wide open. Really, the only two that I had were food. We were buying food for our program has certainly changed, right? Since COVID, it's no more Sam's Club, a big pallet of stuff. Now Sam's doesn't hardly have anything, it seems like. And then they're shipping me dented cans all day and everything. And so we got fortunate and got in with Shamrock there on North Avenue. And we've been pretty happy with them. They do require, I think, 20 boxes, 20 cases per order. And I hate those minimum orders like that, but they've got canned foods, they've got paper products. So we built a price guide so we can figure out what we're paying per unit at Shamrock specifically. So I'm going to make a copy of that, and I'm going to share that, Lauren, with you and Stephanie and Michelle, if you want to take a peek at it. But we want to expand that as well. But literally, then we can see what we're paying per number 10 can, of peaches to a pound of beef, or, a pound of chicken and what have you. So I'd rather shop smart than try to figure out how to budget, because I've never been good at budgeting. But if I know I'm getting it for the best price and I need to buy it, then that's what I do in lieu of budgeting. So I'll drop that in the chat here in just a minute. I'll make a copy of that. Does anybody have any other great, like, food success, supply success they want to share maybe?
No, I'm kind of like you, Kirk. If I got to buy it, I buy it.
Yeah.
I'm not real good at sticking to, I try to stick to a budget, not going to lie, but I can't say I do. But yeah, I'm interested to see. We did an analysis a few years back before COVID, and we were still better off going through Sam's Club doing that kind of stuff versus somebody else. But like, we have our milk delivered by Meadow Gold every Friday for our week's worth, and that's wonderful. Even though I pay a little bit more, the time, energy, and effort is well worth that.
Yeah.
Food costs, like I said, we haven't done an analysis in probably 5 years at least.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if Shamrock, what that equates to.
Well, there's a link to the document, and this actually has 5 orders that we placed from May 31, 6/10, 7/5, and 7/8. So both centers were using this, and you can see a little bit of the fluctuation in the cost. But yeah, we try to break it down by pound or by each, like apples paying 90 cents a pound, approximately 30 cents an apple. So we can break it all the way down like that. So you can just look at what you're doing at Sam's and what have you. And then we'll eventually Well, it looks like we're getting some Sam's receipts in there now, so that looks like that's getting updated. Yep. Yeah. So there's some prices for Sam's. And then we also have Walmart in there, and we'll probably do like a city market, something like that. So yeah, feel free to take a look at that. That's helpful at all.
It's always helpful when somebody else does the work.
I know, right? Well, Chicky did this work. I just emailed her the spreadsheets and she just compiled them all in there for me. We used to do Medical years ago, and then I figured I could save about $1 per gallon, and I would send my cook because we needed to go get the bread and the vegetables and fruit that's on sale and the staples. So we've been doing our own milk for, gosh, years and years now, because I figured saving that, and the cook's got to go anyway. So I think there's pros and cons to both, 100%. You can
There is,
justify
and-
going, and you can justify having them delivered for sure.
Yeah, and that's where we chose delivery. But again, just what was easier.
Well, and they're heavy, you got your gals picking up a crate of 4 gallons of milk, and 4 times what, 9, 36,
Mhm.
Well, listen, so really importantly, since you're buying from them, look at this document that I shared, look at my prices, compare them to yours. And let's make sure we're both getting the best price,
Yes. Yep.
right? Because they'll have different deals for different, clients and stuff like that. So like those,
Oh, okay.
the
Good to
bigger
know.
retailers can do that. So my gal, Julie, our cook and fruit, she's a good negotiator. So she'll be like, hey, it went up 50 cents. I'm going to give them a call.
Perfect.
So,
No, that's great. Yeah.
And make sure that your rep is talking to you when stuff goes on sale. So Tyler is our rep, and his phone number is on the top sheet there. So I don't know, maybe it's your rep too, but
I think
he'll
he
mention to
might
us when
be.
something goes on sale,
Okay.
and then she'll buy a couple extra cases of that, whatever we can store.
Good to know. Okay. Yeah, I met Tyler. I think he's our person too. So
So
Kind of
question,
refreshed. Yeah.
Lauren and Kirk, since you just switched to Shamrock, how did they give you their price comparison? Did you just provide them what you buy and they just gave you, or
They didn't for
You
us.
guys-
They were kind of
No?
like, oh, tell me what you want, and then we'll kind of set the prices for you in there. But I honestly I've never even talked to Shamrock. I've just let David and Julie, one of our cooks out here in Fruta, do all of the communication. So I don't know how they arrived at these prices, but Julie's like, I'm going to make sure we get the good price. We're going to get the best price. And I'm going to tell Tyler, give me a good price. Julie used to work at a nursing home here. So she's used to all these different distributors. She's used Cisco and all of these before. So she spoke their language and all of that. So I would say, call Tyler and say, hey, I want the same price as you gave to Discovery Kids or better ones. That's what I would tell them.
cool?
And now you can see what we've been buying so far. I've never been a budgeter. I've just tried to make as much revenue as we can, and then try to be responsible with the resources we have. That's not budgeting. It's I don't know what it's called.
Being
Amen.
conscientious, maybe.
Yes, being a conscientious purchaser and spender. And try to be an overachiever when it comes to filling your program. There we go. Here's the other thing. I'm looking at so this is our year for our program for Colorado Shines to spend. We can spend $7,500 on infant and toddler capital improvement. So 2 years ago, we did floors in our toddler program in Junction. That was a great investment. If you need floors, Dane from Inside, I can't type and talk, Inside Story Carpet One was great. He was the middle bid. See, I can't do this and type, especially with new glasses. I just got glasses. My eyes the last 6 months have been reading not good. So Yeah, he wasn't the highest, he wasn't the cheapest, he was right in the middle, but he was like, this is what you need. I went to Corrine and I saw her floors and I talked to him about those kind of things. And guys, carpet people, floor guys, like, I don't know, what do you think you need? I'm like, I don't know. It's like asking the dentist saying, do you think we should fill that tooth? I'm like, I had a dentist ask me that one time. I'm like, bye. Dane was really great to work with down there. Anyway, so I did that. And then in Fruta, we did a playground remodel. We had some concrete path poured and some posts made. We put a sail up. The other two things I'm thinking about, well, the one thing that's unique is in Fruta, we have Todd 1 and Todd 2, and they're both licensed for 6, but as you know, 5-1 in Todd 1. And I'm wondering if I can push the wall out and steal 45 square feet and put that into Todd 2. Then I could go 7-1 in Todd 2. And it would shrink my 1-year-old classroom, which would be fine because I'm already running at 5-1. So I just want to relocate 45 square feet into Todd 2 in our Fruta Todd program. And I know I could do that for $7,500, but then I'd want to do new floors because I'm gonna, and then that project's gonna be 30,000. Does anybody have any good ideas for, I don't have infants, but infant or toddler improvements where you've used for capital improvements?
We just used all of our capital improvement money to redo an entire room, and it's going to be infants in there. So it'll be great, but it was a long process. So we made it,
Okay.
but, and
Yeah.
licensing should be out like within next week or the following week to get it all certified and everything. But yeah, we put a
Good
washer
for you.
dryer in there. We put a dishwasher, we put sinks, storage, all of it. So it was
Ah.
good. So
Did your washer and dryer, was that part of the grant?
that
Was
was,
it the Shines,
yeah.
or was that like an expansion E&E grant?
It was an expansion E&E grant.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we actually, because it became more expensive as we, it became more expensive. So we, the grant didn't cover everything. So then we had to come in and cover the rest of it. So
Yeah, good
it
for
all
you.
worked, but we were that far into it. We're like, all right, we're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we did the same in Junction. We started in November, we
Mm-hmm.
finished in May. That was like the weekend warrior crew for the whole school year almost.
yeah.
And we had 50,000 and it cost about 65 to get it
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
But for a $15,000 out of pocket investment.
Yeah.
And we opened up, we basically created a new classroom with 10 kids. So,
Exactly.
and,
And we've got the
and
waiting
that
list.
included new floors and everything. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention some hopefulness, I guess. We're looking into a program that ECLA presented to us, and it's called 9 Health 365 Comprehensive. And it's a derivative of 9 Health if you've been to their health fairs. They're creating essentially an insurance policy. It doesn't cover your guidelines if you're required to provide health insurance to your staff members. It doesn't hit that mark, but what it does do is it provides telehealth for mental health and physical health, and it's unlimited with no copays, and it allows them to have their blood screening once a year, and they can do messages over video or text messaging with this program. And it's only name, date of birth, and email. So it doesn't matter if they're documented or undocumented. So it's an option for those. And they do have bilingual services, but it's $100 a year. And so thinking of that going on, they did come and present to us. And they said it would be a good option even to add to insurance because sometimes we have really high deductibles. So we'll be digging more into it and making sure there's not any hitches in the plan. But I'm really excited to kind of see if that's an option for some people to, if they said for the Denver area, they're using it in daycare homes because the provider can text a doctor a picture of a rash at 5 a.m. and decide, are the kids good to come or not?
yeah.
So that'll be hopeful. And so we're looking into it again, just making sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. But hopefully it's, if you want to look into it yourself, it's called 9Health 365 Comprehensive. And I can put the link in the chat so you can check it out.
Perfect. Yeah, I just pulled up their website there. So I've got, there's their website there in the chat. And if anybody's watching this later, there's that website. Got it. So health screenings, COVID resources, comprehensive online resources. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe something that a center might pay for an employee after working for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, for $100 a year.
Right. And they also
Mhm.
said that some like homes in the Denver area, they couldn't afford the $100 for their assistance for the large homes. So what they did was they paid half of it, or they did like a payroll deduction at $10 a month, and at least the employees had some sort of medical opportunities, so that they know whether they need to go to the emergency room or not come into work to that day. So it's
Yeah,
a useful tool.
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, after 60 days or after 30 days, you pay for it for them maybe, and then have them pay $10 a month or $10 a pay period for the next 10 pay periods. And after a year, you put $100 check back in there, so they
Right.
have it right away after 30 days or something like that. Just thinking of ways to get creative. I always think of ways to create more work for myself and for my administrative team. So there you go. But at the same time, giving them something within 30 days, that's, if they make it 30 days, there's a 50% chance they're going to make it 180 days. Right.
Right.
And
a lot of
so,
people prefer that telehealth over going into a clinic. And it's also, maybe you have great insurance, but you don't have mental health services. And, in a field with a lot of burnout, that's really important too. So we're really looking into it, but it was exciting news to hear on Friday. So
does it provide like counseling, mental health type stuff, or just
Yes,
medical?
Counseling, therapy sessions.
Really?
Just for
That
the
is getting
employees.
more popular for sure.
And it's unlimited visits with no copay. So they can go to the counselor as much or as little as they need to, and it's covered under this plan, as long as it's virtual. A great thing to have in your tool belt to recruitment and
Yeah, I
all
like
of those.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we jumped on with Appleton Clinics a couple years ago, but that's $99 a month.
Mhm.
And they can call, but again, that's another $1,100 a year.
Yeah.
That's a game changer on whether how as an employer you can provide all of it or part of it. So, yeah, very good, very good. Yeah,
There
grants, anyone?
There are E&Es coming back into play. So if you want to do that again, that's certainly an option. They did recently just come out with the peer mentorship program, and I'm not exactly sure quite on the details yet. I just saw the flyer yesterday, but it has to do with mentoring other people in the field. You get a stipend, they get a stipend, and it kind of goes back and forth, just to provide that leadership piece. So I could get more information and send out the flyer on that. So that's coming down the line, and we know that CCAP is looking into pay scale increases. So we're excited about that as well.
Remember the day when we had to show up at the county commissioners board and yeah, had to get up there and say, we need more. We need more. That's how it sounded too. It was, yeah, we had to go lobby. I don't know. We had to go say, come on, because they were voting on those, on the percent of poverty and the bucket and how that got spent in Mesa County. So it's nice not having to go to those anymore.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
question about the internship. Do programs have to sign up for that, or the mentorship or whatever it is? How do programs sign up for that?
So I'll have to get that flyer and get the details. Daisy released it yesterday. But it is through the state, and it is through, I believe through the Matrix is all that paperwork signed up. But you would have to sign up, and the person that you are mentoring
Okay.
have to sign up. So I will get more details on that and send it out to Kirk, or we can send it out to everybody through the PCF email. But really it's designed to have you guys lead others, because we know that sometimes you don't want us to lead you. You guys are in the field and you guys are doing it. So you guys are the best role models for that.
Perfect.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Sounds good. We're excited about anything to keep people in the industry. So,
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, very much. And we're working really hard and really focusing on workforce.
Yeah.
Stephanie is just being very innovative and just really working with the county on a few ideas that she has, especially with UPK coming.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to see everything that she's doing. So know that we are working towards workforce. That is our goal this year, because we
Awesome.
can't do anything without building up people. So
And I'm totally with you 100%.
yeah.
With UPK coming, I saw a thing that you have to sign up as your program in like January or something. Does that sound right?
So it's really going to depend on us as a council, because
Okay.
we chose as the LCO to have money funneled to us, and then we funnel it out.
Okay.
And the reason for that is we didn't want you waiting on the state. And if they
Right.
have any glitches, we can funnel out money with public health being our fiscal agent and wait on the state and versus you guys waiting on the state if anything should happen. So it'll really be up to Stephanie, but she has decided that she's not going to make any deadlines until she sees the dollar amount. That's what she wants. She said, I need to know what the dollar amount is. I need to know exactly what we're looking at. And they have decided to give us one more full-time person to help with all of this. And so she's
Wow.
Good.
working on that, but it'll really be up to the council, and you'll hear directly from us, and you will sign up through us.
Okay. Okay. That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited you guys are doing it. That's where it should be. So,
Yeah. It made more sense to handle the money our own than to worry about you guys not getting paid, because we know that sometimes that happens.
that happens.
Hmm.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah. Exciting.
Mhm.
Exciting.
Just thought about with the E&E grant coming up, I'd rather use that instead of the $7,500 quality, because there's a lot more money in the E&E grant. There's 50,000 in there to push that wall out. That'll
Yeah.
take care of floors too.
Yes.
Yep.
Get in touch with Daisy or Carly, whoever's your person.
Okay.
Get that
Yeah.
MOU if you haven't already.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah, because we went through ratings in FERDA just year ago.
Great.
We did it virtual. That was great. Then we quick signed the MOU for Junction, and we're like, come on, go virtual, go virtual. They're like, we'll see you in November. And we're like,
All right.
okay. All right. Yeah. I'll
And
get Carly a
when
holler.
do we know when the E&E grant, when that deadline is?
Ooh, I know that we have through September.
To apply, maybe?
Mhm.
If they just redid it, that sounds like the right timing, because then we started, geez, we didn't apply, I think, till October, because we didn't start till Thanksgiving. And then we just got it in under the deadline, which was like March, April. Yeah, but that was last year.
We have through the year to spend it, but I think the application is within the first quarter. I'm not seeing it in this information they give me, but again, I'll get with Carly and Daisy and get that exact date.
That's fine. Just wrapping my head around when I have to get these things done.
Well, no worries. It's not like tomorrow.
Right.
So-
Oh, good. Yay.
So, and Lauren, you just did the E&E for
Mhm.
your new infant room. Could
Yes,
she reapply and expand another portion?
right.
Expand again, possibly?
Yes, as long as it's for a new project, new existing.
Okay.
Good. Right on.
Well, and that was kind of our thought because with universal preschool coming, we have rooms here, but in order to convert them into like licensed rooms, they may need some sinks. They may need,
Perfect.
flooring, all of this stuff that we don't have money for. So
Yeah.
that'd be that'd be where to go. So
Yes, yes.
okay.
And there is, talk about like, what does the curriculum look like and who's supplying that curriculum? And so there is a lot of talk of funding and dollars for what are we providing to these providers in addition to the pay. So
Mhm.
know that hasn't been lost. We are trying to negotiate that in. And there has been some leakage of some per day charges of what UPK is going to give. And I just want to let you guys know that and discourage you. If you hear anything from anything outside of our county, don't believe it, because the rates are going to change by county. And we are actually going to get more because we're considered a childcare desert with high poverty. So we have 2 qualifying factors. And so our rate is going to be higher than most of the state. So it's going to be good for us. Not so great for the community because we have a childcare desert, but great for us and trying to reimburse you guys. So
Anything else, ladies?
I would say next month is the steering committee meeting. So if you can join virtually, if you can be in person, I think we're doing Zoom for lunch. But if you can come, it's an election meeting. So we're going to be electing the new chairman since Cheryl's stepping down. Her term is over. So it's an important one. And it's also, that's where everyone comes with their resources and they know everything. Like we always have the people who are in charge there. So that's where the meeting comes. If you can't make it, I know that the minutes are sent out and just take a look over those minutes because a lot of that information will come out there. So
Sounds good.
Those are good meetings. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we don't have anything else, we'll call it a wrap. We'll get back to our days. And yeah, I'm with you, Lauren. There was some good pieces in there. So sounds great. We'll see you guys in September.
September.
We'll be here.
September what? September 13th. Ooh.
Okay.
It's my wife's birthday, so I better be good that day. I'm gonna cut that meeting short too. I could probably take her to lunch or something.
That'd be good. Yep.
Actually, she stopped celebrating birthdays 30 years ago.
See?
No, 20 years ago. 20. Yeah, that's because she's still 29.
Yeah.
There's some.
That's what my dad
backwards
said
math.
till I reached 29. And I'm like, so dad, he had to think real fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, ladies, you have a great day.
You too.
We'll see you later.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.